What is going on, vegan food explorers? I am your vegan food explorer, and today we've got an epic battle off. It is between the two exciting products from Oumph. We've got number one on this side, we've got the Oumph Kebab spiced pieces, and then we've got the Oumph pulled pork barbecue pieces as well. It's a face-off. Let's go.
Please don't forget to subscribe, as we have loads of awesome content coming up.
So if you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm really into finding my epic vegan protein alternatives to chicken and even lean beef and mince and things like that. I've gone through so many different choices, from the corn pieces to squeaky bean, all the way through everything, Plant Pioneers, etc, Naked Glory, everything. Because what I really like for my lunches and also for my dinners, and especially in the last couple of weeks, is I'll make a dish with, say, rice or pasta, and then I'll make a sauce. So I use a lot of different cookbooks online, or to be honest, actually recently, as I've been starting less working from home and more going into the office, I just make a really quick sauce from either can of chopped tomatoes, using salsa, things like that. And what I want is a protein bit to go in there that's pretty good value and has an actual decent amount of protein, not just them telling you it on the packet saying it's got protein in. Actually a decent amount, like 10, 15 or 20 grams of protein, exactly the same as you would with chicken or beef, but vegan. And then the most important thing is that it's versatile. So yes, it can have some flavourings, but the flavourings have to be really nice. So that's where these come in. Normally I would be looking for some plain ones, but these ones I've never picked up just because I've been going through so many different other brands. And I also find their packaging, it looks cool, but it confuses the hell out of me. There's just so much going on there. I don't even think you can really see what the food is. It's got Oumph about 10 times written on it. Yeah, really convenient. The serving contains is right in the corner, which you can't see because it's frozen. But anyway, one was on offer and it caught my eye. So which one was on offer? The one that was on offer was the pulled pork version. So this was £1.50 for a 280 grams bag. I think that's pretty good. This one is on full price, which is the kebab, and that's £3. I actually accidentally picked this one up because I tried to pick two of these up, but in the end I thought it's destiny. They need to battle it off, because a lot of people have been messaging me about this one, the kebab, saying it's epic. So we're going to cook them up, we're going to have a look at them, and then I've got some rice that's just boiled, so we're going to eat them with that. And we're going to do a proper face-off. Just before we start cracking these open, I just wanted to say something recently on our Instagram channel, which is called @YourVeganFoodExplorer. We've been talking about crisps, and crisps always crack me up because they normally have these flavours like roast chicken, pulled pork, things like that. And you look on the ingredients and they're all vegan ingredients. Of course they are. It's so funny because most people, let's face it, chicken, beef, things like that, it has absolutely no flavour. And how you get flavour is by adding delicious vegan ingredients. So, making kebab and making pulled pork. Pulled pork. Does pulled pork taste like pork? No, it tastes like barbecue sauce. And what's barbecue sauce? Basically sugar, and that's exactly what it has. Sugar, tomato paste, salt and water. Absolutely vegan. Beautiful. And kebab, exactly the same. Is kebab that big, crazy mixture of disgusting meat from all sorts of unknown sources? No, although that does have a bit of a weird flavour, but the real flavour comes from the delicious seasoning that is added to it, or the sauces. So here we have a bit of oil, grape sugar, don't know what that is, but it sounds great, pepper, salt, coriander, ginger, garlic, oregano, cumin, it goes on and on and on. Fenugreek seeds, that is how you have a delicious kebab flavour. So, just makes me laugh every time. Right, let's crack these open. Okay, we're going to start with the kebab pieces. They all cook the same, so I'm going to cook them. They take the same amount of time, so I'll just cook them at the same time, but let's have a little look. Oh, wow. Okay, so they're kind of strips. Almost look like beef strips almost. I guess the colour's a little bit different, but yeah, they're nice. They're kind of stripped kind of look and feel. Right, let's have a look at the
pulled pork. So I'm hoping from the pictures that these are really going to break down. I mean, that's what you want from the pulled pork. Smell wise, actually, just already, yeah, oh, we're just talking through the seasoning, you can really smell it already. It smells great. Okay, let's have a look here. Oh, I don't know what I'm making this plastic out, it's rock hard. Right, so this is the pulled pork version. Yeah, so again, it's very different actually. It's not strips at all, and already, yeah, it's already starting to flake off. So that bodes very well for being a really good pulled pork. Almost looks like chicken, if that ever goes in focus. Yeah, very interesting. Okay, great. I would say this is looking like a bit of a chickeny, beefy kind of vibe, and then this definitely already is pulled pork. Something I also noticed when we were talking was, it says here, barbecue sauce is 38%. So I assume that's 38% of the entire ingredients. Not sure how that works. It can't be weight, but I guess it must be. Yeah, barbecue sauce. But yeah, so that bodes well as well. It's pretty low fat as well, which is great. But it means that hopefully it's going to taste really, really good. So cooking wise, from frozen, we're going to cook these on the hob. Right, here we go. I've got a confession. I just licked the spoon and they taste serious flavour going on there. So we're going to pop them on different plates first for the test. Ow, burnt myself. Right. Okay, so here we've got our kebab flavour, and then here we've got our pulled pork. We're going to get a fork and do the taste test. I am seriously excited about this. Like I said, I did lick the spoon of the pulled pork, and my word, I cooked them together in the same pan, so I'm hoping there's not too much interchanging of the flavours, but I think we should be fine. Okay, I'm going to try the pulled pork first. First of all, it's broken down. They're almost in balls, but now it's much more shredded, and they're kind of these pieces now. Really reminds me of the Taste and Glory chicken pieces we had last time. So they're not quite falling apart again. They just kind of stay that, I think. But let's try and let's have a bite and see what the taste is like. Oh yeah. Okay, those definitely have a lot of barbecue sauce on. The barbecue sauce is great. And yeah, as I thought, actually when you bite into them, they do break up a little bit more. Less like chicken, much more like pulled pork. The taste is good. Let's have another one and just see if I can. Yeah. Oh, that barbecue is really, really nice. You could definitely tear these apart a little bit more with a fork. I'd still say it's got that vibe of like chicken as opposed to pulled pork, where it's literally going into the fibres and shreds. But you could probably pull it a bit apart, but definitely more like chicken. Okay, taste wise, seriously good. I still don't think it's quite as good as the roast tenders that we had from Naked, or Taste and Glory as they're now called, last week, but they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Really nice. This would be awesome. Yeah, with the meal I'm about to have with some rice. Right. Let's go for the kebab. Okay, so these almost look night and day different now. They're strips, a lot more firm, and colour very, very different. Okay, let's go for the kebab. Oh yeah. So these, yeah, really good. These are much more like chicken pieces. It's quite interesting actually, because you can see they're sort of made from similar, well, they're made from basically the same raw ingredient of soya protein, but these are much more flat and they are more sinewy and kind of pull apart a little bit more. These are much more like chunks, or well, they're strips, aren't they? But they're much more hold themselves together for a bite. You can take a bite out of them. I suppose so those you'd bite and it would all fall apart. So very different texture. I think they've done really well there. Taste, this is much more subtle actually. I thought it was going to be a little bit overpowering. I think Vivera do a kebab, and that for me, a kebab mix, and that for me is like, whoa, it's way too much. This is much more subtle. The Vivera reminds me of what you'd get in a fast food at the end of a night takeaway, kind of kebaby, but this is much more, you're in Greece or Turkey, something like that. Much more subtle and refined. Let's have another bite. Yeah, it's really nice actually. I can definitely, this is the one with all the fenugreek and different things like that, and I think that's what's giving it that real complex flavour. It's really nice actually, I've got to say. I think, in conclusion, they're completely different products. I can't do, well, we're going to do a face-to-face obviously and pick our favourite, but they're very different. You could have, I feel this one is your greasy, this in a burger, a pulled pork burger would be outrageous, absolutely outrageous, or with chips or something like that. These are more just like strips. These would be great in a pita or something like that. Actually, these would be pretty good in a pita as well. But yeah, really, really, really nice. Very different products. £3, probably a bit of a rip. I would hope to see that come down. But this was £1.50 for the same on offer. £1.50. Now we're talking. We're getting to a much, much better price point. So hopefully they can bring it down to that, or the £2 mark, and I think it'll be good. But the barbecue sauce, absolutely epic. I can wholeheartedly agree it would have 38% of the whole product being barbecue sauce. This, much more subtle and refined, really, really nice. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to mix these both. I'm going to have them in the same meal, but probably on either side, with some rice, maybe a bit of avocado, a little bit of lettuce, and it'll be really nice. I don't think I'm going to need a sauce, especially not when I'm eating the barbecue, because it's going to add that moisture. So, don't be intimidated or confused by the packaging. I definitely recommend picking these up, especially if they're on offer. Thanks for watching Vegan Food Explorers. We've got loads, absolutely tons of food in my fridge and my freezer and my cupboards of vegan food that you might not have seen before. So don't forget to subscribe, and we will of course see you in the next video.